Michael, would be good if you could start off with giving us a summary of the project that you've been engaged with Mario.
Okay, my wife and I have been thinking about building a new home for several years now, and so we finally decided to take the plunge, and we had a look at project builders, but weren't really that keen on taking that approach because we had specific requirements for our block, and we were also advised that going through a building broker would be better. A family friend of ours referred us to Mario, and so we sat down and had a consultation with Mario, and he took us through the whole process, and we were really happy with what Mario had come up with. So then we got Mario down to do a basic sketch for us of what he thought would suit our block, and pretty much the first design that he'd come up with, we kind of liked straight away. We did do a few other refinements to the design of the house. Obviously, there was a lot of internal designing and that which Mario led us through, and he told us what worked well, what didn't work well, and the reasons for it. And we were happy with the end result. We were really happy with it.
Were there any concerns that you had leading into working with Mario about engaging a building broker?
No, not really. I mean, we'd had a look at several project builders, and we just found that we didn't think we could work with them, whereas Mario seemed to come across like he was more concerned with us getting the right outcome out of our project. And from the minute we sat down with him and we went through it with him, we knew we'd made the right decision. So whereas you're dealing with project builders, you're dealing more with salespeople and that sort of thing, whereas he didn't have a product or a home to sell you. He'd just come up with a design, and then he'd assist us through the process of building and going through the tender process and through the council. So we're a lot more comfortable dealing with Mario in that respect.
Were there any major issues with the project you've been going with it? Mario particularly helped you out with? Yeah,
actually there were several issues with council. We'd put in for planning approval way back in January 2009. We engaged the builder in about July 2010. We'd actually signed up with the builder, but when planning approval was okay, but when we went towards building approval after July 2010, there were several issues that council had concerns with. Mario led us through that process completely. We designed the house around the existing block and using an existing fence, but structurally it wasn't sound, so we had to remove the fence and resubmit drawings with the fence on it. Council had issues with the height of the fence and the infill. Mario liaised with council and arranged a meeting on site with the council officers, and we actually came to a compromise with the fence, and Mario handled that issue for us. Then we had several issues with our loft that we were incorporating within the design. Mario came up with a way to make sure that we met their requirements by dropping the ceilings one course. But then council said to Mario, look, if you do this, we'll approve it. Then Mario did the changes, submitted it, and then they came up with another reason. And this happened about 4 times with that loft, that in the end, I mean, if it was me, I would have been pulling my hair out, but Mario stayed calm and dealt with the council officer, even though he was very difficult to deal with. He kept his cool and led led me through that process and resolved that issue for me and made several changes to the actual plan to get the plans passed for building, and we only just received building approval in January this year, just last month.
And how did working with Mario make you feel?
I felt comfortable dealing with Mario. I actually, in a sense, I felt bad for him in the amount of time that he was spending on my project, yet didn't have any complaints or anything from. He was very, very good at allaying my concerns, and didn't once complain about oh look, you've had me back here so many times. I mean, and also in the design process, when we were designing it, it took us so long to come up with the right design, and Mario was always available to assist us and guide us there. And like I said, if it was me, I would have probably been pulling my hair out. I've got to take my hat off him for that.
In summary, what would you say are the 2 to 3 most valuable value adds that Mario brings to the project?
Okay. All right, the 3 that come to mind straight away, the value adds are the design service that he offered us was his commitment to coming up with something that met our needs, particularly as we were first-time builders. Secondly, the tendering process. Went to tender with 3 builders. The 2 highest builders had about a $5,000 difference in price, and the builder that actually got the job had a $120,000 difference between his price and the second highest, or the next ranked builder. So there in all, I saved $120,000 on what I would have got elsewhere. So I was very happy with the tendering process, and I was very happy with the actual builder that won the job. From what I gather and what I'm hearing of other projects that he's done, he's got very good trades and actually takes a lot of care in getting the work done properly, and takes a lot of pride in his work, which those traits I can associate with Mario as well. So yeah.
And the third one?
Oh, the third one? The third one is council. Given the amount of issues that we've had with council throughout the whole project, and the service that Mario offered was to liaise with council and get to the bottom of the issues and make further changes to designs to get the building approval through. I wouldn't have been able to do that myself, so I was very happy.
In closing, what would you tell others who are considering hiring Mario and designing better buildings?
I would say go for it. Just don't worry about it. I've referred a couple of people to Mario, and he's had dealings with them, and they've been happy with Mario's service. Not sure if they're going ahead with their building projects, but I can't speak highly enough of Mario or the process that and service that he offers.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.